I've been an iPhone user for more than 10 years now. Recently, I switched to a foldable, HUAWEI Pura X. The reason is that I feel like in recent years, iPhone's updates become kind of predictable and it's not very exciting. I've always wanted to try some new form factors. Since I'm currently in Asia, I want to try something I could not try when I was in North America. That's why I got the HUAWEI Pura X. In this video, I want to share my real experience with a folding phone as a longtime iPhone user. First, I want to talk about the design. So the Pura X is a flip-style phone. When it's folded, the footprint is kind of similar to Galaxy Z Flip or Moto Razr, but it opens to the side. You are getting a wide 16:10 aspect ratio with the inner screen. Instead of a remote control, it's more like a Kindle or a small iPad. That's really what makes the Pura X special. The inner screen is designed to be used in portrait mode, so there's no horizontal mode for the system interface. But you can definitely read text or watch videos horizontally. I actually very enjoy this 16:10 aspect ratio. I think it's perfect for reading. No matter you are looking at web pages or ebooks, the lines are just longer. It just makes things easier to read. When I compare it with other flip phones, the difference is very huge. It also has ebook color modes that make the screen look more like a book. Then I feel like this wide aspect ratio is perfect for typing. You have a larger and wider keyboard. It's super comfortable to type for a long period of time. It really makes me want to use this phone more. When I was using my iPhone 16 Pro, I don't really like typing too much on my phone because I feel like the keyboard is very cramped. But on this Pura X, I just like to use it more because the keyboard just feels so comfortable. I feel like it's even better than a book-style folding phone. When you split the keyboard to two sides, it also feels kind of weird. I just cannot type very fast. This wide ratio is also great for media consumption. So the inner screen of the Pura X is 6.3 inches. Even though it doesn't sound large because of the 16:10 aspect ratio, the screen area is actually larger than the same size iPhone 16 Pro and flip phones which have a larger inch number like the Z Flip 7. Also, when you are watching videos for the normal 16:9 content, the Pura X can utilize more screen area. As you can see, the video on this 6.3 inches display is actually a lot larger than the video on the 6.9 inches Galaxy Z Flip 7. You might be surprised, the video size on Pura X is actually the same with the video size on Galaxy Z Fold 7 when you hold the Z Fold 7 in the regular orientation. Only when you turn the Z Fold 7 screen over, the video becomes larger over here. When you're scrolling through TikTok, Instagram Reels, or YouTube Shorts, the top and the bottom of the video will be cropped. But actually, I kind of like it because it makes the main subject larger. So the 16:10 aspect ratio is really great for almost everything, no matter content consumption or productivity. Talking about the con of this ratio, at the beginning I thought it looks so wide, maybe I could not use it with one hand. But then I realized the one-handed mode in the system is very helpful. I have no issue using it with single hand at all. Other things about the design, the HUAWEI Pura X has a glass front and aluminum frame. I have the green model and it has a eco leather back. On the front, it has a 3.5 inches display with a 1:1 aspect ratio. It's smaller than the Z Flip 7 and the Moto Razr Ultra 2025. I would say it doesn't look as immersive as those two. Both the cover screen and the inner screen are LTPO 2.0 and supports 1 to 120 Hz refresh rates. They all have P3 wide gamut and supports 1 billion colors. The inner screen supports always-on display, but the cover screen doesn't. Talking about the crease over the inner screen, a lot of time it's not that noticeable, but in a lot of time it's still quite noticeable, especially when you look at the screen at an angle. But I think that's what we are facing with all the folding phones right now on the market. We just have to admit and get used to it. On top of the cover display, you can see the camera system, flashlight, and the speaker for when you answer phone calls when the phone is folded. Then you can see the volume buttons on top and the power button on the side, which also doubled as the fingerprint scanner. But after I unfold the phone, the power button goes to the top, and I do feel it's kind of hard to reach. I always mistakenly think the volume button on the side is the power button. After I get used to it and close the screen, now I mistakenly think the top button is the power button, but they are actually volume buttons. That's really frustrating. The overall body is still very compact. The thickness and the weight are similar with the Moto Razr Ultra 2025. It's not as thin and light compared to the newly updated Z Flip 7, but it does have a larger battery and a more comprehensive camera system. I switched from the iPhone 16 Pro, and the Pura X is actually lighter and also thinner when it's unfolded. When I hold it in hand, I feel less fatigue. The phone doesn't wobble that much when I put it on desk. I have no problem using it like this. The phone has an IPX8 rating. It's missing the dust rating, so just keep that in mind. For the battery, it has a silicon carbon battery with 4,720 mAh. It's definitely a large size among all the clamshell-style flip phones, and I'm very happy with the battery life of this phone. It's a lot better than my iPhone 16 Pro. Even if I only use the inner display, I never need to charge it during the day. It supports 66-watt wired and 40-watt wireless charging. It also supports 5-watt reverse wired and 7.5-watt reverse wireless charging. Also, I can feel a little magnetism on the back. It's not strong, and you definitely cannot use it with your MagSafe accessories, but to my surprise, I can loosely use my MagSafe stand for my iPhone, which is really nice. Now I want to talk about my experience with this cover screen. In a short sentence, I don't really want to use it unless I have to. I will explain why. For the outer screen on the flip-style phones, function-wise, it really depends on what each brand allows us to do. Earlier this year, I've actually used the Moto Razr Plus 2023 briefly. And on Moto Razr, you can basically run every app on the cover screen. For Samsung's Galaxy Z Flip series, you can actually use Good Lock to enable third-party apps access on the cover screen. But for Huawei's Pura X, it's very limited. Right now, it only supports native HarmonyOS Next apps. As you can see, I have many apps installed on my phone, but over the cover screen, I can only run those. But then I found it's very interesting that I can use the browser on the outer screen. That means I can use the web version of a lot of things. That includes all my social media, TikTok, YouTube. I can even add shortcuts to the home screen. So it's kind of like web apps. But I have to say that before I switched to a flip phone, I was thinking, seems like I could do a lot of things on the outer screen, so I don't need to unfold the phone that often. But then I realized I was wrong. A 3.5 inches outer screen is just too small after we have already used to a large 6 or 7 inch display. Even I can run all the apps on the cover screen, I would choose not to spend too much time because everything is just too small and crowded. It really hurts my eyes. Since I don't really rely on the outer display, whenever I'm sitting at my desk, I always have my phone unfolded and laying on the table. In that way, I can quickly access the main display. I only fold it up whenever I need to leave my desk and put it into my pocket. However, the cover screen is definitely not useless. I realize I start using it as a giant smartwatch. I'm definitely not gonna read or type stuff on this screen, but I like to use it to check time and weather. I can also easily reply messages with my voice or talk with Celia, which is Huawei's AI assistant. When I'm outside, I can also easily check the navigation or track my workout. It really does everything I need my smartwatch for. Another big benefit, I can use the main camera for selfie and see the preview on the cover screen. You can get a lot better quality compared with the selfie camera. I found it's perfect for vlog or whenever you need to film yourself. The stabilization could be a little better, but it's definitely usable. You can see we are getting a really nice bokeh, which is not really possible on the selfie cam. One thing I need to mention is that when you film yourself in this way, the highest quality you can capture is at 1080p 30 fps. Technically, you can unfold the phone, turn on the dual screen preview, and shoot 4K, but maybe it's related to the performance. I noticed in this way, the video and audio will become out of sync, so you will need to use 1080p. In the end, I have to mention, these interactive themes on the cover screen are so cute. Now let's talk about the camera. To me, I feel like the HUAWEI Pura X has the best set of cameras on a clamshell-style foldable right now. It has a 50 megapixel main wide camera, a 40 megapixel ultra-wide, an 8 megapixel 3.5x telephoto, and a 1.5 megapixel red maple primary color camera. This one is more of a specialized sensor that helps with color accuracy. If we look at other flip-style phones like the Galaxy Z Flip or the Moto Razr series, you will see they only have 2 of them. There's always one missing. But the HUAWEI Pura X has all 3, which only happens on larger foldable like the Galaxy Z Fold or Pixel Fold. You might say, I don't really use the ultra-wide or I don't really need the telephoto. Does that really matter? I feel like it's a really nice thing to have all the options available. For example, the ultra-wide is great for landscape. You'll be able to have a more spectacular framing. And for the telephoto lens, I realize I always use it as a telescope. It can help me see things or information from far away. Here are the photos I took with my iPhone 16, which doesn't have a telephoto lens. With the main camera, if I make the image very large, you can see the heavy computational enhancements. It makes all the information not readable. But if I look at the photo shot on the Pura X, because of the dedicated telephoto lens, it keeps all the text readable. I think that's really useful, at least for me. I'm gonna show you the photos I took with the Pura X and my iPhone 16 Pro so you can get an idea of how the cameras perform. But overall, I just feel like I enjoy the color and the detail it presents in the photos. I can comfortably rely on it to capture important moments. Then let's talk about the performance of this phone. For some obvious reasons, right now, HUAWEI can only rely on its own and its domestic supply chain to produce the chips they use in its phones. The Pura X uses HUAWEI's own Kirin 9020 chip, which is manufactured in China using a 7nm process. I've seen some technical reviews and it seems like the performance is in between the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 and 8 Gen 2. So it's kind of like in between the Galaxy S22 and S23. On paper, it's still not comparable to the flagship chips right now like the Snapdragon 8 Elite. But after testing this phone, I feel like if you don't tell me which chip is inside, I will not know it's not using one of the mainstream flagship chips from this year. It just runs as smooth as my iPhone 16 Pro. The response is very snappy, the animation is very smooth. I never feel laggy or see drop frames when I click around or switch between apps. The version I have right now has 16 gigs of RAM. It's pretty enough for having many apps running in the background. The overall experience does feel like a flagship phone. In addition, even the chip is 7nm. I don't have any issues with this phone's battery life or heat generation. It's definitely a whole day battery. Sometimes I can even use it for 2 days. That's when I use the inner display for the majority of time. Also, the only time I feel the phone is hot is when I film 4K videos for a long period of time, which also happens on my iPhone 16 Pro. So overall, I just have no complaints on the phone's performance at all. Okay, let's talk about the operating system for real quick. The HUAWEI Pura X is running HarmonyOS 5, aka HarmonyOS NEXT. This is Huawei's proprietary operating system that does not include the Android AOSP core, so technically it doesn't support any Android apps. And for all the HarmonyOS native apps, they're kind of limited to Chinese apps. There are not really any Western apps available. However, you can still run Android apps in emulation through Android Container. It's actually pretty easy to set up by downloading Joytone and Easy Abroad through Huawei's own app gallery. For me, I have no problem installing all the major Android apps I can think of, including all the Google apps and services. And when I run them on this phone, I actually don't feel any difference compared with using other Android phones. The overall performance is pretty much the same. With some hacks, you can even install your own APK onto this phone. But there are also some limitations over here. I noticed that the notifications for all the Android apps are not really reliable. Sometimes they come in late, sometimes they just never show up until you launch the app. So that's something you need to know about. Based on Huawei's strategy, HarmonyOS Next will likely remain focused on the Chinese market in the foreseeable future. This is definitely because of the difference over the ecosystem between the Chinese and international markets. That means, at least in the near future, HarmonyOS Next is still not going to become a choice for overseas users. But for me, I really enjoy my time using it. I feel like overall, the system is well polished, all the interactions feel intuitive and friendly, and the animation is pretty smooth and beautiful. After getting used to iOS, sometimes when I start using an Android phone, I just feel like the interface or the animation is very half-baked and not enjoyable. But I don't have that feeling over HarmonyOS Next. Personally, I'm just very excited to see where they're heading. Alright, that's all for today's video. If you have any questions about this phone, feel free to let me know in the comments. I will keep using this phone for now. I'm not sure for how long, but I will definitely keep you updated when I have some new thoughts regarding Foldable. If you found this video useful, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more tech-related content, be sure to subscribe. Now check out some other videos of mine. I'm sure you'll be interested as well. Have a nice day.